Welcome back to the Crypto's Key Conversation. In this video, I really want you guys to really put on your thinking caps, okay? You know, pull up your antennas, open your ears, and really listen to kind of what I'm covering in this video. And I'm sure you've kind of seen some of it in the community already, but there are no coincidences in this space, and things happen for a reason. Either someone's trying to create an agenda, spur up some excitement, or create some FUD. I mean, you know the whole spiel we give on this channel. Things are happening for a reason, and I'm just kind of going to throw out some stuff here, and I really want you to kind of analyze it and take it for what it is to you and what it means to you, and really evaluate how it impacts our investments in this space and the space in general going forward. We're going to start with this one right here from Tim. Says hashtag XRP, hashtag XRP community. Kramer saying the effects of Ripple winning the federal court. So this video is going to tie into mainly the whole Chairman Gensler and the SEC, the incumbents, Wall Street's narrative to try to kind of spin things in their favor, right? Remember, the big thing is custody, getting a bigger slice of the pie, right? Moving off into the future when it comes to digital asset, because the writing's on the wall. They see where this space is going. They see the value in this space, so they want to gain as much control as they can, right? Okay, so we're going to start here with this one. Listening to this.
Yeah, the chairman has obviously done a lot of things right, but this decision by a federal court really did just make it so that he feels like, I feel like it's rear guard action. I didn't want it to be, because I think he's trying to protect people. Right.
Okay, so long story short, it's kind of low volume, but he's pretty much saying that this decision by the Judge Torres and what's happening pretty much has created a lot of pressure to where now Chairman Gensler's clearly backed into the corners, backs against the wall, especially got all these other actors in the space fighting back and actually going on the offensive. So the pressure high, the heat is high on Chairman Gensler, and Kramer saying, I really think he's trying to protect people, which we know that that's not the case at all, right? But it's going to fit into what I'm going to dive into in this video. Okay, so remember, obviously Chairman Gensler, now you have Kramer coming out saying, oh, he's trying to protect people. Now there's a lot of pressure. The federal court judge, isn't helping the issue. And then you got, the maxis and the, I wouldn't say corrupt, but I'm just saying legal minds out there that clearly have an agenda that go against, what the actual verdict was in the SEC versus Ripple case in regards of the status of XRP, right? So then you got JD coming out saying, this is what you call flat out gaslighting. So he's talking about this cafe legal foundations of a free society, right? What does this say? Twitter Spaces, I'm assuming. He goes, this is what you call flat out gaslighting or clueless on how to read a legal decision. Judge Torres' ruling never said secondary market sales are not securities. She only said what you must do. You must apply the Howey factors to each transaction of the asset when deciding whether there is an investment contract, transactions or scheme. The correct answer under the law is a token sold in the secondary market, off an exchange, could be an investment contract. You don't know until you apply the Howey factors to the circumstances surrounding the sale. Judge Torres used the second sale of the Howey Orange Groves as an example. If the second purchaser bought not from Howey, but from the first buyer and was completely unaware of the Howey company, and all that was communicated during the second sale was, quote, do you want to buy my acre of orange groves? And the second buyer says yes and was planning on growing and selling the oranges himself, it is clearly not an investment contract. On the other hand, if the first buyer tells the second buyer, quote, buy this orange grove and the Howey company will do all the work for you, and all you do is sit back and collect profits doing nothing, you might have an investment contract. That's not even controversial. I've never seen so much FUD over a simple legal ruling in my life. So it's tying into the whole trying to spin the narrative, creating more FUD and negativity around Judge Torres' decision in regards of, the status of XRP and, when it comes to the status of a digital asset in particular, obviously when it comes to whether it's an investment contract or not. Does it satisfy Howey or not? You know what I'm saying? So if it doesn't, it's a commodity, right? It's not a security. So coming over here, if it loads up, my computer's been super slow and it's super annoying. Stewart already has this thread as well. He's saying on a closer read, he's talking about like the whole Terra judge stuff and how in a sense it was kind of opposing what Torres came out with and whatever. It says the terror judge actually agrees that orange groves alone are not securities without promises to cultivate the groves and to share the profits. There needs to be an arrangement or an agreement between contracting parties for there to be an investment contract. Tokens alone are not intermingled with other rights and promises are not themselves securities. The comment about the Ripple ruling is unnecessary, confusing, and non-binding. And that's what I wanted to put in this video. Like, I can care less about all the, everyone had an uproar yesterday and, people were like, what the heck? It literally was almost merely interesting the way I read it, and obviously hearing the legal minds within the community. It says the comment about the Ripple ruling is unnecessary, confusing, and non-binding. We'll just leave it out there. So don't let that get you worked up too much. We're going to continue here. So Cowboy Crypto had put this up, this video clip up of Brad Garland House being interviewed here, and it says, quote, the trials are reversed for when there is an equation of the fact. The question is about the law. We think the law is clear. In the statute as written by Congress, the law requires there is an investment contract. That's step one. So I was going to play this 49-second clip, but it's just going to tie in more into we've always been on the right side of the law, on the right side of history when it comes to being in the Ripple and XRP community, because we just go based off of what the SEC has argued, right? They argued, oh, it's a security, right? To be a security, you got to satisfy the 4 prongs of the Howey test, right? So it's very simple when you really look at it. Was it Ashley? No, it was E yesterday had said, it's crazy to think that Ripple had to spend over almost 3 years and $200 million to pretty much battle their position in court when it could have been solidified by, where's it at? Let me make sure I got it. By this 3.5-minute video by Stewart Alderati, right? And that just goes to what's being stated here. So we're going to continue on. So remember, they're trying to create this narrative and spin this agenda to fulfill their needs. So we're talking about Chairman Gensler in particular, right? And this is me speculating in my opinion based on the facts that are out there, right? So we know about him meeting with Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX and, not going after Terra Luna and Do Kwon and the Celsius and all this stuff, right? They tries to go after these companies and these people after the fact, after all the devastation and destruction has been done, right? Clearly not protecting investors. I mean, you even have the likes of, was it Richard Hart from Hex, had a video talking about, well, here's what I've done for the community, protecting people, right? What have you done? I mean, that's shameful. I mean, there's fraud allegations going against, Hex and PulseX and Pulse Chain, and Richard Hart, right? There's a fraud allegations from the SEC dropping a lawsuit on them, but Chairman Gensler's, if not, 100 times worse, right? I mean, from what we've seen. So it's going to tie into kind of what's happening here. So now you have them trying to create this further network, right? They utilized Sam Bankman-Fried, FTX, all the FUD that's happened, Terra Do Kwon. I mean, they're talking about just, just negativity, fraudulent scams, right? This is why the crypto space needs, we need to protect investors, right? That was like their big thing, right? You have the Elizabeth Warrens and Gary Gensler's, right? Here goes some more stuff, and it makes me think, okay, everything... There's no way this is a coincidence. Why is all this stuff coming out now? Richard Hart and Hex and them have been rolling for years. Why all of a sudden now, right? So you have U.S. SEC sues Richard Hart, Hex, Pulse Chain on unregistered securities fraud allegations. Hart raised over $1 billion across 3 different unregistered securities offerings, the SEC alleged. So we covered this yesterday, right? But it's going to tie into the next thing here. You have... Bitcoin teeters around 29.2 thousand as crypto market slides amid curve exploit. SEC clamped down on Hex. BTC hovered comfortably over 29,300 for much of the weekend, but dropped in the hours of Curve Finance tweeted that it suffered a breach. So coming over here, you have, some exploitation of, the Curve network. And then you have something even, more pressing is the Curve, what is it? Like the Curve owner, I forgot what it was. But pretty much, long story short, Justin Sun buys 5 million Curve tokens to help ease crisis at Curve's finance. So just more, I guess you could say more compounding negative interest on behalf of Chairman Gensler's and, the rest of his party's agenda to bring down the space, right? So more stuff. You got Curve, and then you got a possible, liquidation moment that could possibly come up because apparently the lead of the Curve had barred a certain amount of money, and I forgot what platform it was. I said it right here. It says 100 million, about 100 million worth of Aave, and now that Curve's price, been hit hard. There could be a possible liquidation, which could affect the market in Bitcoin, right? There's all this just FUD negativity, right? These are obviously real things that are happening, but like, why all of a sudden now, right? So then you got this. You got Base's largest DEX let sweep halts trading amid exploit concerns. Some analysts have provided possible ways the exchange was exploited and pinned potential initial losses at 600,000. So there's more stuff coming out here, more communication, but this is just something else. Obviously, this is Coinbase's leading DEX, right? Coinbase's largest DEX, right? More stuff right here. Then you got is Sam Bankman-Fried tied to a new parent crypto scam called Bald? On-chain data shows Bald deployer contract has interacted with Alameda-linked wallets and was an active DeFi participant in early days. So I was kind of looking at some more stuff behind this, but here goes like some of the key stuff from this article. It says the hype around Bald token pushed prices 4 million% from issuance and attracted over 68 million from traders. So coming up here, Will Clemente puts up this chart here and he goes, over the weekend, someone created a meme coin called Bald on Base, Coinbase's ETH L2 that reached an 85 million market cap in 48 hours. Just got rug pulled and dropped 85% almost instantly. So then you see this fat red candle right here. I mean, crazy, right? But they're trying to link it to, Alameda and Sam Bankman-Fried. I was trying to see if there was some sort of like, some sleuth out there that found out if it is. Some people are saying it isn't. Some people say, I mean, it's almost merely interesting. What I mean by merely interesting in regards of how I'm thinking, why all of a sudden right now? Why is all this stuff compounding right now in the moment of this moment in the market, right? And then you continue on here and it makes me think, okay, so you have Stewart has put up this video pretty much clowning Chairman Gensler and the SEC because he puts out, Chairman Gensler puts out all these videos of how, the SEC is doing all these great things and investor protection. And here's what we do. And here's what the SEC is all about, right? And it's this great, elaborate, edited video. And then Stewart literally takes the same edits, the same like format and everything, and hits it on the fact, talking about what real digital assets are, what they are in regards of investment contract and how it relates to how all the stuff that Chairman Gibson and the SEC have been scrutinizing the industry for is so false. And he hits it with a 3-minute and 33-second video of just hard facts. And it goes back to what he said in yesterday's video that I put up. It says they spent over almost 3 years and 200 million just to fight their case and prove their case in court when they could have solved it with this 3-minute and 33-second video. And that's how strong it is. So you have this video alone has 1.3 million views just on Stewart Alderati's tweet here, right? So I'm almost wondering all the pressure that Chairman Gensler and the SEC are under right now, right? And all Chairman Gensler's, masters and party, everyone that's around that whole FUD campaign and trying to spin the narrative, right? What if they're trying to just utilize all this negativity, bundle it all up right now to distract from all the solid, tweets that are coming out. Clearly, obviously, once the Judge Torch that came out saying XRP is a security and gave some legal clarity in that sense, they quickly tried to spin the narrative and throw out all these, they're going to appeal, they're going to do this. It's like, okay, what are they doing? Remember, we were covering in our previous 2 videos. They tell you one thing, but they're doing something else. And then you have all this crazy stuff happening in the world, especially in the United States, right? What are they distracting us from? What is about to happen? That's what kind of makes me think that. And that's why I wanted to put this video out here in this way. All this negativity, boom, boom. I mean, all this negativity, all this FUD that they're putting out. What is it for? There are no coincidences. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes me think, they're trying to obviously, overshadow Stewart Alderati's great video that he put out and the great victorious victory that Ripple and the XRP community has in the greater market of the crypto market has in regards to more strength. Coinbase is more powerful now. You have Binance, has more leverage and power within their legal battle and so much more. And it brings me to this. The Bearable Bulls responding to Watcher Guru because it says, just in bankrupt FTX confirms plan to relaunch the crypto exchange, right? So you're talking about Chairman Gensler and the SEC literally telling Coinbase to hold all trading on and delist every asset on there besides Bitcoin because they're so-called securities, right? And it's unlawful. But you have bankrupt FTX confirms to relaunch crypto exchange. How is this not like mind-boggling? This is crazy. This is the chairman that is in position, obviously unelected, but that is in a chair that is funded by taxpayer dollars that are supposed to be set out to protect the investors. Clearly not doing that. It's just crazy, but it goes into what I'm trying to portray here in this video. It's all their agenda. It's the narrative that they're trying to spin. It's how they want to herd the sheep so they can kind of control and do what they want to do. Get a bigger slice of the pie, you know, decimate the markets, continue to accumulate and have more leverage and power within this space. It's crazy. Even this right here. It says, just in, U.S. government launches investigation into 9 trillion asset manager BlackRock over Chinese investments. Really? Okay. With this, I'm kind of like conflicted. Okay, it can go either way. Like, okay, maybe they're throwing out there just to put some more FUD in. But then what if it's like legit and they're actually trying to go after BlackRock? You know what I'm saying? Oh, BlackRock, you know, throughout this solid spot Bitcoin ETF proposal, and they've only, you know, they put in like 400 and something and only not been approved on one, and they're trying to slow it down. So, oh, let's go investigate them, see how they're involved. We've already showed the whole hashtag ETHgate and our corrupt government officials' involvement with China and the CCP, right? We've already showed that stuff. Why are they trying to get our heads a spin? You got to really think about it. Open your ears and your eyes and put those antennas up, because it's right there in our face. This is all FUD. Although it's real, a lot of it's happening. People are being hurt by this, but we have to continue to educate ourselves and take in as much information as we can to formulate a strategy and a plan that works best for us and our families. And this is why I'm putting out this video. We have to see this. There aren't no coincidences in this space. They're trying to control the narrative. They're trying to spin things. There's a lot of positive things that are happening in this space. A lot of adoption, a lot of growth. Just with Ripple, the company alone, and what just happened in the SEC versus Ripple lawsuit, and XRP being declared not security. There's so much strength. Coinbase is on the offensive. Binance is on the offensive. People are standing up and fighting against the powers that be because they are wrong. It's crazy, man. That's what I have for you, man. I had a couple more that I wanted to go over, but this video is already kind of long, but really, you know, I guess you could say take it with a grain of salt if you like. You know, take that information and really think about it. Like, it's quite interesting. Like hearing all this stuff and seeing all this stuff, all it does is make me more bullish. It's like, oh man, I wish I had some more capital to get some more of, you know, these assets that I have in my portfolio, because the writing is really on the wall, and I truly believe that. And that's just my opinion. That's what I have for you. Make sure you come to the Crypto's Key Conversation YouTube channel. Subscribe. Follow us on Twitter at Crypto's Key 1. I really appreciate your support out there. And all you out there that's been sending me comments, man, like some real stuff, I really appreciate those, man. It's so good to see all those kind words, even the negative ones that come in, man. I really appreciate it. I'm open to have a discussion. And just remember, I'm just some cat on the internet. You know, I'm just a father too, you know, enjoying what I do here, making videos and trying to provide a great life for my kids, man. So, yeah, leave some comments, man. I'm interested to talk to you guys and kind of have a conversation as to what this video entails. But like I always say, stay strong out there and be safe.